So today we're going to do a little refresher for our SAR cart for our upcoming confined space C that's going to be happening at the end of October. We put this out there so everybody can have a quick review, so the day we do our confined space Cs we can maximize our time and get people on their way. So what we have here is our SAR cart. We're going to run through the setup of that SAR cart and a bottle change out, and also supplying a rescuer with the SAR cart. So SAR cart's going to be set up with either 1 hour or 45-minute bottles. If we have any operation that takes any amount of time, we're going to be moving to a 45-minute bottle anyways because of the supply issue. So the size of the bottle is not a deal breaker as far as the SAR cart goes. So we're going to go ahead and start the process. Sam's going to go ahead and start getting one of the bottles set up. We're going to activate the bottle we're going to be using for our first rescuer. Check the pressure, make sure that we have air connected to it. Also shows the pressure on our inlet. That's going to be bottle pressure, and then down below, that's going to be our outlet pressure. We're going to set that between 90 and 120 psi, and we'll adjust that as needed, depending, because when we add more rescuers, the consumption rate for that will go up, and we have the ability to dial that in. Okay. So once we have our bottle turned on, we're going to designate it. We have just a piece of pink Velcro that we're going to use to designate which bottle is being used at each time. And with that, we're going to go ahead and hook up our air hose. Air hoses are going to be set up to a max length of 300 feet as designated by AFD policies. Also, when he does that, he's going to take it and he's going to give a little quarter turn on that quick connect. That'll ensure that nobody bumps that air hose and we lose air supply at any time. After he does that, he's going to take his marking tape. He's going to designate which rescuer or patient that supply is going to. And just as a heads up with that, a good note would be that whoever's doing hole watch to actually throw another piece of tape as that hose goes down into the space, so that we know clearly which hose goes to which rescuer or patient, and we'll save some confusion, and so we don't have to ask the air cart manager who that's going to be going to. Okay, so we have air supplied. We got the air hose down going into the confined space. Dalton is going to be our rescuer here. We ensure that we have Scott connections on all our all our hoses, which will connect to the Scott air hose. We're going to give a quarter turn to that also. So we have air flowing. The purge valve open is going to simulate the rescuer breathing. Once we have air flowing, we're going to turn off the air pack. What's that's going to act as? That's going to be that rescuer's lifeline. And so if we have any problem with our SAR system, they still have a 45-minute bottle connected to their pack. And as you can see, because the system's working correctly, airflow never stopped. Now once we've got that done, we're going to simulate that we're down to 1,000 psi. That's when we do bottle change out. That'll be the SAR cart manager's responsibility to monitor and change that out. So Sam will go ahead and take care of that for us. SAR carts, the bottles are changed out at 1,000 psi. The low warning alarm is going to activate at 500 psi. So we should never reach that. After he's activated it, he doesn't turn off. He leaves both bottles on for the moment. He moves his pink indicator over to which bottle is now being used. Then we'll turn off the other bottle. He'll bleed the pressure off the regulator. Airflow has never stopped to the rescuer the whole time. He'll unhook that. Connect the other bottle, leaving it off until the bottle being used right now gets down to 1,000 psi, and we will continue this process for the duration of the operation.